This is Fan First Network.
2 games down, 2 wins, so far so good. Tell me what you saw.
I saw a team that overcame not having its best player and go out 2-0. Dukes is doing a great job, and who could have seen that coming?
Honestly.
At the beginning of the year, BC's one of the best teams in the league. They beat them. Now Elks come in. McLeod Bethel-Thompson had a great game. Good on him. Good on him.
But he did blow it in the end.
Oh, sure. But it just speaks to how good the team is.
It does.
He's beaten players with chips on their shoulders, reasons to win, and they still came out on top. So good on them.
Oh, that running back, Kadeem Carey.
Oh.
Called it last time. Good to see it. Good to have a running back with the word carry in his name.
It is.
Ended off, it was a really close game, but I'm glad we pulled it off. The atmosphere in there was absolutely insane. Everybody was getting active, standing up, everybody was getting loud, so it was just a really fun place to be.
There is no doubt anymore. Cameron Dukes can take over that Chad, what's his name?
Chad Kelly.
Oh, you said it, not me.
Hey, we'll see.
But hey,
So far, it's so good, man. I got no issues with that.
not at all. I mean, the last game, there were concerns about whether the O-line could protect Cameron Dukes. I mean, they did come out with the win today. It did come a little close, but in fairness, man, it's like the game of a quarterback duel, your classic CFL quarterback duel. Cameron Dukes versus MBT. In fact, it's not the Edmonton Elks, it's the Edmonton Poachers. How many of the Argo players did they poach?
At least 3.
I'd say 4. MBT, Boris Beatty, Curly Gittins Jr., and Javon Leake. I mean, it's like familiar faces. PTSD is like days of the Grey Cup of 2022, and you're with the other guys? What the hell?
It ended in heartbreak last year against Montreal. This season, so far, from what you've seen, 2 games in, do we have the ability to turn that around?
Absolutely. People forget the brain trust of the Argos know the league big time. They know who to get. They know the talent. And Dukes has just proven that they're not missing their starting quarterback in any way. They put up 39 points tonight.
I know.
Anyone think that? At the beginning of the year, people were like giving up on them. And I watched them beat the Lions, a good team, Elks playing with pride. And so, yeah, you got to take them seriously so far.
It is early, but it is a 2-0 start. You have a very promising sort of a start. No losses. Your true test next week with the defending champions, with a different QB, with some guys who are gelling right now, getting a sense of how they're going to do things in 2024. So the confidence is there. A 2-0 definitely helps on the confidence level and the belief that we could do things, but we got to play through the season first.
Toronto fans, I would say on the whole, do not show up for the Argos the same way they show up for the other teams. What would you say to Toronto fans that aren't here? Why do they need to be here?
Because the team is actually at this point one of the most consistent winners in the league.
In the city too.
If you're watching the Leafs, why aren't you here? It's like, no offense, but how long has their drought been? I've been saying hi to Edmonton fans all night. Good on them. Congrats. But that's not our hockey team. Our football team won a title just 2 years ago. Appreciate it's a 9-team league. But they're winning every night, and it's a value for money thing at the end of the day. And everybody here is having a good time. So show up, for God's sake.
What would you say to Toronto fans who don't come and watch the Argos? Why should they be here?
It's the atmosphere is just different level. It's so much different watching it here than at home. I've had season tickets for 3 years now. I've been going to games since I was 2. Like, it's completely different here than it is at home.
If you guys are here in BMO watching the Argos, then you're not where you need to be.
Well, you want to back a team that wins.
That's the biggest reason.
Exactly. Like, I've had season tickets since the early 90s. I've seen, I think, 5 championships. Name another team in Toronto that's done that.
Name another team in Toronto that has more than 1 in that time.
Exactly.
Talk about possibilities of enjoyment, of winning. Playoffs, right? PWHL down the street. They showed us what it was all about. If you want to carry on that feeling, come to an Argos game. You only have like a bunch of games, a competitive team. They are a part of the sporting fabric. They are underappreciated, have been for many years. 3-down football. I love the passing and the quick pace of it all, too.
Why do you think NFL fans would like CFL football?
CFL football is just football played a different way. Football is still the same exact football.
Right.
The atmosphere in there is the exact same thing.
Absolutely
If anything, the crowd is more live because we're here in Toronto. We know how to do things here in Toronto.
It's almost a completely different game. I'd say it's more action. And it's a lot faster than the NFL because of no fair catches, no nothing. It's just ground and pound. It's run, pass, punt. It's
And if you like fundamental football, this is a great thing to watch.
exactly. It's almost the best thing you can watch in football.
Hey, buddy, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
It's a unique game that takes time to learn, but when you learn it, you realize it's faster paced, it's higher scoring, and frankly, watch the NFL. They copy the CFL more than the CFL copies the NFL, my personal opinion.
It's correct.
Years ago, what was the stereotype of the CFL? High scoring, back and forth. What's the NFL now? They're copying us, folks. They're not paying attention. They're not saying, oh, well, the CFL, we can't be anything like them. No. Faster paced, higher scoring. Flutie went down there back in the day and tore it up. So this is actually the game the NFL pays attention to, and how many great players have come through the CFL, gone to the NFL, and torn it up. So stop worrying about whether the Americans like it or not. Just show up and support your Canadian league.
Well, I don't know enough about the NFL because I just watch the CFL, but I like
Absolutely right.
I like seeing people that I went to the same school with, like
Absolutely
Royce
right.
Metchie. I'm a Guelph grad.
Really?
So and also that at the 20-second clock, this game moves faster. I like it. I like that.
Agreed. The NFL should be looking at the CFL for a faster game.
Yes, exactly.
I think the community is something definitely to follow. There is so much togetherness and trust, and just you see someone else wearing an Argo jersey just out and about, and you scream Argos, and they scream it back, and you feel like a family.
And the players. The players talk to you. They recognize you.
Yes.
They're not above you. They're with you.
It's all about what you're looking for your football appetite. If all you're looking for are just names and maybe like your gambling indulgences, then really that's what the NFL is. If you're looking for like some sort of pure football as an entertainment aspect of it for your enjoyment and your indulgence, come on, the excitement of like going downfield on first down, 3 downs, limited amount of opportunities with your possessions, I mean, that is pretty sick. I mean, a close game like this, a 39-36 final, very typical of a CFL game.
This is Fan First Network.